Hello and welcome to the very pleasant market square in Hammelburg in northwestern Bavaria. I'm here today because I want to get some background video for a little documentary I am preparing on a raid called the Hammelburg Raid, which took place at the end of March 1945. Now, to the south of here, in the hills to the south, there is a military training ground. It's the second military training ground for the Bavarian army. The first being in Augsburg, or near Augsburg, and the second was located here in 1895. Although Bavaria was by then part of Germany, the Bavarian army sort of operated by itself. But for example, Hitler wasn't part of the Bavarian army. Now, end of March, Patton had a task force put together called Task Force Baum, the object of which was to get to prisoner of war camps which had been located there. Now, there had been prisoner of war camps in both the First World War and the Second World War. One of the prisoners in the camp in 1945 was Patton's own son-in-law. Did he know his son-in-law was there, or didn't he? Well, it would seem he did, but you have to see the video to get the full facts behind that one. Now, so Task Force Baum sets out with the aim of getting the prisoners out of the Offlag. Although they had very few maps and didn't really know where it was, but they thought the locals would tell them where the camps were in any case. Now, the 7th Army, German 7th Army, which was in the region, was commanded by one Rudolf Christian von Gersdorf. Now, he had a rather active war so far. In 1943, he was the soldiers under his command had discovered the bodies of Polish officers, which was then later became called the Katyn massacre. At the same time as his soldiers were discovering these corpses, he was involved in a plot to kill Hitler. The objective of which was to blow himself up and take Hitler with him. Now, I hate to give spoilers about what's going to happen in future videos, but I have to point out that if you don't want to stop listening, you don't know what happened. But Hitler didn't get killed. But anyway, you'll have to see what happened to von Gersdorf. Hang on, 1945, he was in the resistance. He must have survived. Well, he did. Now, it was von Gersdorf who put together those that would resist Task Force Baum. Now, I mean, what could happen? Obviously, Patton was in overall control, so it must have been a roaring success. Or was it? Well, you'll just have to wait until the video is done. I'm also actually preparing a biography on Gersdorf, and there will be a history related to the Katyn massacre as well. Now, so why should you actually subscribe? Well, these things I've just mentioned, I do first-hand research, I use archive materials, I speak Polish fluently, I know Russian, I know German, so I do have access to these original archives. And so, if you would like to know more about these things, yeah, possibly don't want to look at me, let's just turn the camera around and have a look at yeah, isn't that nicer? Just look at this wonderful town hall. So if you want to know about these sort of things, then you might want to subscribe. Now, I can't really tell you a great deal about the town. This is not really my type of stuff, but I believe this was originally 17th century, and because there was a fire here, town's only as old as the last fire, and so that town hall was built sometime in the 19th century, although it looks as though it's a lot older. But the fountain, which is there, was is original from the 16th century, or so I believe. Here, you can have a look at what else we've got around here as well. I've also done a video on this town, Hammelburg. So, thanks for watching, and if you find that interesting, then you will want to subscribe to this channel. I upload every Friday at 2000 hours my time, Central European time, which is an hour earlier in the United States, and it's 9 hours earlier, an hour earlier in the United Kingdom, 9 hours earlier in the in California, and all sorts of times in all sorts of different places. So all the best from me, and the time I put this up I mightn't have actually finished the videos, but I have actually written them, and that's the important bit. Thanks for watching.